like, okay, we here at your audition.
Yes,
You know what I'm saying?
yes,
But
yes,
it doesn't
yes,
feel
yes,
like
yes.
that. At least from the outside looking in, it looks like it's very inclusive. Everybody's having a good time. There's always smiles and laughing. And the only time I see somebody with a straight face is they're really in their like sultry mode. Like, oh, baby, I'm about to give it to you. So how do you do that? Because it's tough to have a talk with yourself, especially when I'm undressed.
Oh yeah.
So how do you first do it for yourself, but then also teach it? Because it's one thing to do, it's a whole other thing to be able to have somebody do it so well that you can explain it to others so that they can emulate you to do it.
I think what I when I would go to other classes, and again, my class is so different. Even though like there's several classes in Cleveland, but my class is so different because I wanted to be inclusive, and what I felt like what I wanted if I was to go to a class is what I try to pour into. So I'm very like I don't like to leave anybody behind. I'll be like, oh, I call my girls strut queens. I said, no queen left behind. Where you at? Where you need me? What count you missing? Because I'm gonna come up to everybody, and you know, even if they're shy, like, girl, it's okay. Because by the time I always tell them to, I said, by the time everybody be shy from that camera, but I'm like, girl, by the time you figure out who I am and what it's about, you be like, girl, where that camera at? And everybody be they ready for their shine. I'm telling you. So what I would say is I'm very personable. That's one thing. When I'm personable, and then also I always like to give a compliment to a young lady, no matter what. I'm a girl's girl, so I don't care if it's your eyes, your hair, what your outfit is. I'm gonna give you your flowers. I'm gonna give you a kudos. Like, girl, you did that. And I feel like that I have other women that's like that. I call my girls OGs. OGs are the girls who've come to my class more than 3 or 4 times. You kind of you graduate, okay? And one thing about an OG is that if I'm not around, what happens is during breaks and stuff, it's their responsibility to go to a newbie and you make them feel welcome. So that's how it continues to flow, and it's so necessary because I have been places where I'm like, oh, I don't want to talk to anybody. Nobody's talking to me. I don't know what to do. I don't ever want it to be that vibe. And if it ever was that vibe, I try to make it right. Like, girl, this is not that. Let's come on in. So as far as body positivity, again, I love to give women their flowers, and I always tell my class is a no judgment zone. I always say that. No judgment. You can be yourself. And so that's what people see. They might see some twerk, and they might see girls giving sexy, but it's the class itself is not like that. The class, when you get in there, it's almost like a basement party from back in the day. It's the DJ rocking, the girls in the mirror with their phones having a good time. You know what I mean?
That's a generational thing. Basement party.
It is. I done show my age right there.
As soon as you sit out.
Yeah, we all.
Yeah.
How he can come.
Man, listen, we might go there.
Yeah,
I have a question for you, Melanie.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this: so, a person that has, because the difference between a hobby and a business, how did you structure your business to do just that? Because one thing, everyone like dancing, right?
Yeah.
But the difference is make it to a business. How did that go?
Yes. I'm not gonna lie. It was. I don't want to say it's a struggle because I love what I do. But, when you throw business into it, you have to realize, again, it is a business. I think people look at the video sometimes and it comes across as intimidating. I can understand that. Some people are like, girls come across like a music video. And I'm like, that's just my videographer. He's just a goat. Like, but what I will say is everyone walks away like, I feel so empowered because I always say the same thing. I start off my class and I say this. I said, while we go through so much in life, I said, but in these these closed doors for these 2 hours, we tune into each other and we get it in. We leave all of our life situations at the door. We tune into each other. We're going to get this empowerment today. Because I always say, empowered women empower women.
Absolutely.
That's a good one. And I love something that you said that I think all entrepreneurs, like a lot of people, they would think, like you said, you went to another class where you seen where not the advantage or where you can do it better. And I think a lot of people, entrepreneurs think, oh, that's just me taking an idea. No, that's an idea in itself because you're doing something different. You're doing it in a whole different way that's different than that initial idea. So I want to give the person watching this who's like, I have an idea, but it's kind of like what someone else has. Run with it,
Yeah. And honestly, I never take away from, like, I admire people. Like, I get inspired. I feel as though, unfortunately, with a lot of businesses, people are so far in competition with each other. I'm just not that. When I get inspired, I give people their flowers. You know what I mean? And I also feel like competing is crab at the bottom mentality. collaboration and stuff like that happens at the top. We're gonna get very far with that.
Bing, 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 bing.
And that's just what it is. And I'm not gonna lie. Everything hasn't been roses these 5 years. There's women who's come to my class with a plot, and they planned and schemed and did some other things. But I feel like I never needed to confront. Right. I just move accordingly. But what I would tell you this is, and I'm glad I've never done this, is because I peep things for what they are. But again, I'm so tuned into myself and with God in my journey that I didn't have to say anything. What God will do is prepare a table in front of your enemy. Come on now. Okay. And he's going to bless that tenfold. So you're going to see this blessing today. I don't feel like I need to confront anything or anybody. But
she be right here. That's real. No, I love how you said that. That's
real talk. It's real talk. I'm very in touch with people, but also I have to call a spade if I see there's, I got to move accordingly. But I love everybody, child. But just go from a distance. There you go. From a distance, baby.
This is my type of girl.
Okay.
Okay, so one thing I love about, because like you said, watching you guys is amazing, but as somebody with no rhythm.
You got on camera? It's on camera.
They know I.
Cool. Come on, girl. Hold on. I'm going back here, boss.
That's all I got. That's all I got for you, but it's going to look cute. I'm going to dress it up. But you do well at teaching others how to just find themselves in the process. And watching you all, and like the videography is nice, the lighting is nice, but I believe dance is a very great way to have a nonverbal communication.
Absolutely.
And we talked about this earlier about how, it's communication, but it's also a monologue. Like,
I'm calling, maybe I'm selfish. I want you to myself, I can't help it.